I hope you all are having a very good day, and I welcome you all to the official YouTube channel of CLAT Prep, a venture of time. I am your educator and mentor, Damini. So let me first tell you about why I am here. So many of you have attempted DU LLB examination today, which is the examination for the 3-year course of Delhi University. And this time the number of test takers was a little higher because given the CLAT consortium's issues that are being going on. So students are looking for alternatives, and a little higher number was there of test takers because there were a lot of students who gave CLAT, and till now there's no resolution for that. So keeping that aside, let's get into the exam analysis of DU LLB, which was today, and let's start with it. So this examination, as we all know, that the examination was conducted by CUET, and the code for this examination was COQP11. There are different codes for different subjects. So this one was your code, which was for DU LLB examination. Okay, so this examination is for the 3-year course of DU LLB. Now in DU, there are 3 law centers. One is CLC, I'll tell you. One is CLC, which is Campus Law Center. Second is Law Center 1 and Law Center 2. Okay, so CLC is the oldest one, oldest department of Delhi University, but LC1 and LC2 are comparatively newer. So the race for getting into CLC is a little higher. The number of students who want to go into CLC is a little higher than those who want to go for LC1 and LC2. Okay, and after this as well, there are 3 different courses that DU offers. So DU offers this 3-year course, also 5-year course. 5-year courses also DU offer the integrated degrees that are there. One is for BA LLB and the another one is for BBA LLB. Okay, so these 2 examinations, these 2 courses you can get into through CLAT. However, CUET PG, this code that you have attempted today, is specifically for this course. This course, which is LLB 3 years of DU for CLC, for LC1 and for LC2. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the eligibility for this examination was you have to either have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. If you are someone who has just gotten out of the school and you have just completed your 12th, then you are not eligible for this examination, which I think most of you all know. And if you not know, or if you are someone who is going to take the examination or is thinking about it for the next year, this is the basic information that you should have. Okay, so either a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in any other course, and with 50% marking you have. Now this examination is a CBT mode examination, which means that you would not have been given a physical paper copy, right? It was an on-screen examination. However, it was computer based, but you had to go to the test. You cannot give it from the comfort of your home. Okay, so no pen paper, only screen, and you have to be very good with the system, with the computer, with how to mark answers, with your speed. You have to be very friendly with that system. Okay, so there were 75 questions that you had to attempt in 90 minutes. Now before this examination, that is 2024, there were 100 questions and the duration was also a little higher. This time it's 75 questions which you have to attempt in 90 minutes, and the marking scheme, it's the same if we look at other examinations also, but the only difference is that you will be given +4 for correct responses and 1 for an incorrect response, which is more or less the same as if a 1-mark question, and you will be, for any wrong answer, there will be a deduction of 0.25. So the criteria is same. It's just that to make it a little easier for you, easy for the calculations, this is the marking scheme: +4 correct response and -1 for incorrect response. Okay, moving forward, let's get into the number of questions that were there. Okay, so in 2024, in just a second, yeah, okay, hold on viewers. Yeah. So for 2024 quant, there were 9 questions from quant. Okay, 9 questions from quant, 14 from reasoning. GK was 4 from static GK, 15 from current affairs, 17 English, and 15 from computer. Okay, so the idea is to, on an average, give 15 to 20 questions from each section, given that we have 75 questions in total. So the idea is to give questions like that. Okay, but last year there was a little difference in the trend. Okay, so we should not think that, you know, a subject like computer will not be there, or a very less number of questions will be there. That should not be the idea when we go for DU LLB examination, because getting into DU itself is a very, you know, huge thing. So don't just take this examination as it is very easy, or, you know, we'll just do it with very little preparation or a month or so's preparation. No, this is a tough paper. And by tough, I mean that there's a lot of competition. It's not that concept wise it's tough. No, it's not. But there's a lot that you need to study for this examination. And there is a lot of crowd that, you know, want to get into the DU, because DU is a prestigious examination. Okay, so now how the trends changed this year. Last year there was no uniformity in, you know, the number of questions across section. We have 5 sections for this examination, and there's no specific legal section, but you can find questions from constitution or some other things like that in the GK part if they are of current relevance, or there is something happening legally. Okay, constitution, polity, those kind of questions you can find in GK. So if you think that, you know, I don't have any basic idea about the constitution or the polity, then only you will be able to attend. No, you will not be able to attempt questions if you have no basic idea about polity, even though there is no specific legal section in this examination. Okay, so last year ka trend, if we see, there was no uniformity amongst the sections. Some sections saw a very large number of questions, and some like quant saw only like 9 questions. So this time we can see there is a uniformity. Of course, we can expect plus minus 5 questions, 4 questions in each section, but comparatively there was uniformity this time. Now quant saw 14 questions, which is a good number if we look at it like that, that there was uniform distribution of questions. GK, there were 20 questions. Now GK say there were 20 questions. Why? Again, because I'm telling you that GK is a very scattered subject. It's like you can never complete the subject if you look at it like that. There's no book for that. You have to be aware of what's going on around you. You have to be aware of concepts that are important for you. Okay, reasoning section also saw 16 questions, which is also an important part. English, there were 15 questions, and computer, there were 10. Now again, looking at computer, what usually we think that, okay, it's an easy subject, we'll just attempt it even if we don't, you know, don't revise the subject because we have studied in school and everything like that. Okay, but that was not the case. Even if the questions were easier, but you may lose 2 to 3 marks, or marks for 2 to 3 questions this time in computer, because it required some sort of revision. Okay, you can't just go into the examination thinking that it's an easy subject and I've read it in the school. Okay, so this was the number of questions, the distribution about number of questions this time. Quant section saw a higher number this time. There were less questions in quant. Reasoning section was more or less similar, only that the number of critical reasoning and analytical reasoning questions, that kind of varied, but that's absolutely okay. That happens with every examination. Static GK and current GK also, there were similar number of questions, not very much of difference. English was kind of similar, and computer there was a difference of 5 questions. Okay, so this is a basic idea of the number of questions that were there in this type of examination. Okay, moving on. Next, now let's see what was the trend last year and what has been there in the examination this year. Now last year, if you look at the paper, or if you would have attempted the previous year question paper of 2024, the paper was a little lengthy. Okay, this time that was not the case. Every question took not more than a few seconds to attempt. Okay, if of course that is when I'm talking when you have studied for the examination. Okay, if you just go like that in the examination and you think that, you know, the examination is tough, it is going to be tough because you have not studied. So last year question paper was a little lengthy, it was a little tricky, but this time it was not the case. Okay, and if we keep the quant and maths, quant and reasoning part aside, everything else was pretty easy. Even quant and maths was easy, it's just that it varies with every student. Okay, so I will not say that it's very easy, but you have prepared for it, it fell on the easy to moderate side of the difficulty level. Okay, so last year paper was like that if you have studied from the syllabus. Now NT has given a very detailed syllabus about this examination. So you don't have to, try to find out what will come, what will not come. It's not like that. NTA has given a very detailed syllabus about it, and almost everything gets covered from the syllabus itself. It's very rare that something out of the syllabus comes in this examination. Okay. So last year, if you would have studied from syllabus and if you would have solved PYQs, you would have been able to solve the paper. But this time, even if you would not have solved the PYQs a lot, or you would not have attempted MCQs a lot, you would have been able to attempt this paper, because every topic, each and every topic that was there in examination was covered from your syllabus and fell into the easy to moderate side of the difficulty level. Again, last year also it was easy to moderate, this time it was also easy to moderate, but the only difference was that last year the paper was a little lengthy in terms of being tricky. Okay, so it took more time to students to solve the paper. Okay, the last year's paper also checked your time management skills, because what happens in the examinations is that sometimes we give a question a lot of time. Okay, we are stuck on that question, we think about it for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's a very, very bad approach to write examinations, if I say, because if you're not remembering the questions, the biggest advantage that you have in CBTs, computer based tests, is that you can always mark a question. If you're not able to attempt it, you can always mark those questions and move on to the ones that you know. Okay, and you can always come back to that particular question. Now the only thing that you have to keep in mind is that if you have marked an answer correct and you have marked it for review, but you did not come back to that question, it will be submitted as the as the one that you have marked. If you have left it blank and you have marked it for review, in that case it will not be counted in your total score. Okay, so again, this is the same thing. If you would have gotten studies, if you would have studied from books, you would have solved MCQs, theory notes you would have made, then this time it would have been very, very, very easy for you. Okay, very easy, and I'm not kidding, it was actually very easy. Generally, what does the student do? Generally, students ka approach yahi hota hai that you try to mug up a lot of concepts, and you jump from one YouTube video to another YouTube video in search of whatever is very whatever convinces your brain. You don't have to do that for this examination. You have to stick to the syllabus, stick to your notes. So the preference for this examination is that don't jump from YouTube videos to YouTube videos. Find one or two study material at max and just stick to that one. Okay, make your notes from that, solve PYQs, MCQs. So if you would have done it this time, you would have found the paper very easy. Okay, and also, since it was easy and there were no tricky questions, there were no time constraints also, so there was a lot of time for you to solve. Okay, so now if I get into the different concepts and the types of questions that were there, it was very easy. So firstly, as I said, that there's no legal GK section, but the GK section saw some part of the constitution also. There were questions about constituent assembly, who was the CJI on 1st January, and there were some other similar questions like that. So if you're aware of what's going on around you, I don't think you would have been required to mug up through a lot of legal journals or GK journals for that matter, if I keep legal aside. Even if you are aware, and if you are reading the newspaper, Indian Express, and all these newspapers are the ones that we suggest for the ones preparing for DULLB. So even if you would have studied those newspapers, you would have gone through them, this paper would have been very easy for you. Okay, so GK, there were 20 questions for GK this time. GK, there were 20 questions. English was also, since as I told you that it was a little easier, Okay. Yeah. So 10 questions from computers. Now I'll write that down over here. Okay. So computer mein, hold on. I'll just show it to you guys in the previous this thing only. Right. Now, as I told you that there were 10 questions from computer. Now all these were very, very, very easy. You know, what is the heart of the computer? What is the full form of PDF and a full form of RAM? All of these questions are very basic. We also use these CPU and everything we use in our daily lives. We talk about these things, okay? Some questions that some of the questions students may find difficult were like the ones that, you know, there was one question that which of the following is an example of the fourth generation of computers. Now, this question, not every student may find easy. So by that logic, we can think that, okay, I can minus 3 from here or maybe 4. Okay, otherwise, majority 75% to 80% of this section, computer section, was very easy. There were shortcuts. What is the shortcut for closing a file in MS Word? Now we use MS Word on daily basis. It's not something very tricky that, you know, nobody knows. Even a kid knows today how does technology work. Okay, so we use MS Word daily, and so how do we close the MS Word file? What is the shortcut? And you know, what's the shortcut for opening new document? These are very basic things. Full form of RAM, and yeah, so these were very basic questions computer ke liye. So I think most of you should be able to solve at least, if not more, at least 6 questions from this. Okay, I believe that if you have prepared for this examination, you should at least go for 6 correct answers from this particular section. Okay, moving on to the English section. Now in English section, majority of the questions were from grammar. Okay, but the thing is that they were very easy. For someone, I understand that, you know, everyone may not be good with grammar, but since again we use all of these in the daily language or our daily lives, it should be easy, because they were very easy questions, preposition based. There were a lot of fill in the blanks questions. The grammar section saw fill in the blanks, the vocab section saw fill in the blanks. Okay, so all of it was pretty easy to moderate side. Okay, the only difficult part that we saw in the English section was in the para based question, okay, where the para jumble question was there and para completion was there. So some of the students may find that difficult, but the section was not very difficult. So we can keep that in the moderate category. Okay, we can keep it in the moderate category. However, computer was very easy. Okay, we can keep it in the moderate category. All right. Now coming to the GK part, as I said that GK was very simple GK. Okay. There were questions about who is the ISRO chief, or the headquarters ka questions was there, where is the headquarter, and which was the first place where Lord Rama went after his exile, which was the river. So some questions were like that. Okay, so these are very basic. Again, as Indians, most of us know about these things. Okay, and who's the current RBI governor? This is something that we see in the news every day in some or the other manner. Even if you are someone who doesn't watch the news and you scroll on Instagram, then also there will be a lot of things that you would have been able to learn about. Okay, so GK also, I'll say that it was on a easy to moderate side. Why I'm saying, I would have said that it is easy. Why I'm saying is it is moderate, because some of the questions, sometimes students are not good with the static GK part. Okay, so it was not very core static, but some concept based things were there. Okay, so that's why I'm putting it in the easy to moderate side. All right, then there's the reasoning section. Now, if you have seen the syllabus of CUET PG of this examination, you would know that there are different topics. Now, what CUET did this time for your examination, there was one question from every type of topic. From every topic, there was one question. Only 2 or 3 topics would have been there, jinme se question was not there. Most of the topics had questions like calendar, clock, statement, argument, symbols. Now, all of those were there for reasoning. You know? There was one question for calendar, one for clock, one on inference based, one on cause and effect questioning. Okay, so even if you would have missed one topic, you would miss out on 4 marks. Okay, you would lack. Other students would get an edge of 4 marks. If you, let's say if you missed out a question of clock, you don't know how to do it because you have not studied it or you have not practiced it, it'll be a loss for you. Okay, or if you don't know how to solve blood relations, if you are not good with directions. So these questions, CUET ensure that there is something for everyone. Okay, it's not a very specific topic based paper. There was something for everyone. If you are not good at one thing, if you don't know one topic, there was another topic for you that you would have been able to solve. So that was a balanced approach from CUET's end. So again, this also I'll keep on, let's keep it on the moderate side. Okay, let's keep it on the moderate side, easy to moderate. Again, there was no difficulties seen in the paper. Okay. Now we have quant. Quant may be the same pattern, the similar pattern that reasoning had. Quant also saw the similar pattern, meaning that there were not many tough questions. Even there were no tough questions, if I say, but the number kind of varied. That permutation and combinations, there was one question, and ratio based, there was one question. Profit and loss, there were 2 questions. Mensuration, 2 questions. So again, a very balanced approach. Balanced meaning that there was something from every topic except for 2-3 topics that were not covered, and also those topics are very advanced level. Okay, so it's good that the paper was easy. So the approach was similar as reasoning. Okay, there were different kind of questions, there were varied kind of questions. And ratios, there was question profit, loss, mensuration, time and work. All of these are some things that we have studied in our schools, we have studied earlier in life. So even if we practice them a little, we'll be able to get through it. And even in these things, they were not difficult. They were basic level of quant questions. Okay, they were not very difficult. All right, so let's keep this one also moderate. So according to me, according to us, the overall paper, and even the students that I discussed the examination with, whoever attempted this, all of the students were of the opinion that the paper was easy to moderate side. The paper was on easy to moderate side. It was not difficult. Again, I know I'm reiterating a lot, but I want you to know that for a university like DU, giving a easy to moderate paper is a cakewalk if you have prepared for it well. Okay, because DU is not a university which will give you very easy examination. DU examinations are very tough to crack, and this was an exception. Okay, so this was a basic idea of the number of questions and the kind of questions that were there, the difficulty level. All right, so this is the basic thing. Now going at the cutoff. Now if we look at the cutoff, generally for this examination there are 2 lists. DU released 2 lists for this examination, the first cutoff list and the second list. Now the thing is that DU releases second list only if there are any vacant seats. Suppose there were let's say only 100 seats. If I am giving the number, random number, if let's say there are only 100 seats and all of those seats got filled in the first list itself, in that case DU will not release the second list. Okay, so let's not rely on the stats of second list. Let's see the first list cutoff. Okay, so in 2024, for the unreserved category, as I told you that there are 3 law centers, CLC, LC1 and LC2. So for CLC, which is very high in demand, students prefer the most to go to the CLC because it is the oldest. So the cutoff last year was 205. Now this year, given the difficulty level of the paper and giving the increased number of test takers, we should believe that you should be able to score at least what should I say, 25 more. Like if the last year's cutoff was 205, you should be able to score little more than that. Let's increase it by 25 to 30 marks. Okay, so if you are, since it's a 300 mark paper, and if you are aiming at 250, this should be the ideal score for you that you should target. I know 10-20 marks sometimes it happens, upar niche it happens, but you should aim for 250 marks if you are from unreserved category and if you are aiming for CLC. Now the cutoff of LC1 and LC2 goes a little lower than CLC, but again we will see an overall increase against you know, in all the categories and for all these three departments of DU. Okay, so the cutoff will be a little higher this time, even for EWS, OBC, SC, ST, all the categories. So last year there was 188 cutoff for EWS, but according to our prediction, according to our analysis of the paper, this time this 188 will be here. Okay, now I know I'm giving big numbers, but given the paper, it is the level of paper that was there, and again the number of test takers, this may happen. There's a very high probability of this happening, that this time cutoff will be high. This 188 may go till, you know, 195 or 200. Okay, we will not be surprised if this would happen. Okay, for this 180 may go till 190. Okay, so this can happen across all the categories. So again, you know, brace up yourself for the results, because even this DU examination, the DU may take some more time to release the results. So let's keep our breath, let's hold your breath, okay, for the results and everything, because I know a lot of you have attempted CLAT, a lot of you may have attempted ALET also, and other law entrances tests, including this one. So competition will be a little higher given the controversies that are going on, given the issues that are currently, you know, prevailing in our field for legal entrance test. So just don't, my suggestion for you will be like, it's okay if you have attempted for the first time this year. It's never too late. You can always give a second attempt. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so don't lose hope and don't get, you know, too stressed about what will be the marks. And if I am telling you that, okay, you know, the cutoff may go till 225, and in your calculation you are getting only 210, 215, don't, you know, don't get stressed because of that, because the actual results will come out, and then only you will be able to determine that if you have scored the perfect marks or not. Okay, so these are just the predictions, but looking at the scenario that's going on, this is our prediction, and as per us, this was the difficulty level of the examination. So drop in the comments below. Let us know, what do you think about the examination? How was your experience? We would love to hear your experiences, and anything else that you would want to discuss or ask any questions, you can always drop in the comments below. Till then, take care, have a good day, have a good time, and enjoy. Bye-bye.